Hey everyone, it's me, the one and only Sparkle Girl, or as King Sparkle. So today, in this one, I'll be going to sort of like replace the older version to make a new version for my review of Tracy Beaker. So some of you who have already seen my older one, I'm sure you guys can understand that I wanted to make a new one. So yeah, so if you those who are new, I'm going to explain of why I'm deleting my other one. Well, I'll just say there are some few mistakes in there, and I'll just say I wanted to add some few details and all kinds. So let's just say that's just my way of explaining to those who already been on my channel for how long you've been on my channel, or to those who are new to my channel. So it's okay. So I hope you guys can understand, boys and girls. Okay, so the thing is, I am going to talk about Tracy Beaker. Although I'm going to talk about the original Tracy Beaker when she was a 10-year-old kid in the original show called The Story of Tracy Beaker. Although, can I just say that the story of Tracy Beaker is actually based on the actual book with the same name, and let's just say it's been created by Jacqueline Wilson. She is sort of like an author of the UK who does like kids books about, well, let's just say like more like to 10-year-old kids, something like that. But I pretty doubt that the younger ones would have read the books of Tracy Beaker. I know those who are from the United States or whoever, sorry, whatever, might not heard of Tracy Beaker before, and it's okay if you have or not. So let's just say that's the whole point. Some of you already seen those videos anyway on my channel when I upload like funny moments and all kinds. Yeah, so let's just say that the point is that I want you guys to understand that the story of Tracy Beaker is actually based in the UK, not the US, just in case, because I don't want anyone to get confused. So, okay, so the series, let's just say it started in 2002, and well, it's starring with Danny Harmer play as the character Tracy Beaker. And can I just say, just before I could possibly go ahead to talk about the actual thing, I believe Danny Harmer make her special appearance in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. In somewhere in with a hall with all the students all gathering in this hall, sitting on the tables and on each groups and that. Well, if you can look closely, she's actually right next to where those twins, Ron's brothers. Well, but that's her anyway. When I first found out about it, I was like, what the? What? I was seriously like, OMG, how could I not even know that? Well, you can't possibly blame me because I was surprised. And besides, I love Danny Harmer because she's the best Tracy Beaker of the UK. Almost everyone seems to like Danny Harmer anyway, although let's just say she is best known as Tracy Beaker the most of the UK anyway, but she has been doing some other roles as well, of course, but recently she's back on playing Tracy Beaker all grown up, who is a single mother with a daughter called Jess. Well, anyway, can I just not talk about that show at the moment because I want to start from the very beginning. So, okay, so Tracy Beaker, she's a 10 years old. Okay, so that's the whole thing because that is part of the story because it did confirm that she's definitely 10. Although her age can change during the TV show, though, if I have to be honest with you guys, except in the book. So, yeah. Okay, so let's just say that I want to mention that the story of Tracy Beaker, it has become one of the BBC most popular and repeated programs, and it still is, however, like whatever, on the channel as of 2022. Yeah, something like that. But there's also been a spin-off to it, and it's called Tracy Beaker Returns, which was, well, sorry, let's just say Tracy Beaker Returns was aired in 2010, which it was followed by The Dumping Ground since 2013, still ongoing. And there's another spin-off shows called My Mom Tracy Beaker, although that's just the beginning for the latest show for it called The Beaker Girls. So something like that. Okay. So there are some few things that you might need to know about few things about Tracy Beaker, and not just the not just the whole franchise, but behind the scenes as well, of course. So okay, okay, oh, here we go. So the first series was filmed on location at Amherst Lodge in Ealing, which doubled as the care home named Starry House during summer of 2001. So yeah, that's what it says on the Wikipedia. Okay, and the building was a former Menatee home, and the children's home was sold by Ealing Council shortly after the series aired, and production moved to Cardiff for season 2 and the later seasons. Amherst Lodge has since been developed into flats. Yeah, something like that. So, due to a change in production location, many of the cast from the first series departed, like Zach and Ryan, who were played by the real-life brothers called Jay and Sonny. Yeah, something like that. And they have Peter, and he was played by Joe Stars. But just before I could possibly mention about Peter, let's just say he actually been later replaced by other actor for the new Tracy Beaker show that we still have right now at the moment, the Beaker Girls. So yeah, sadly, I don't know what really happened, but that's just what it said. So, and Maxie, he was played by Jerome Holder. Yeah, something like that. Okay. The building used across the second and third series, plus Tracy Beaker, the movie of me, well, not me, but Tracy Beaker, was the Hollies, a former nursing home on Station Road in Londonshire. I don't know how you can possibly pronounce it, but that's what it said. So, no reference was made to the change in location, and the children's home continued to be known as Starry House. So, yeah, let's just say that's just the way it is. And the fourth series was filmed at Skoma House on Marine Parade in Penrith. Yeah, that's it, Penrith. And the change in location was addressed within the program for the first time. And the children's home was named as Cliffside during the series. The building, which was once a nursing home, has since been developed into a luxury hotel and spa home house. Oh boy. Okay. And the fifth and final series saw another change in production location, with the Elm Tree House School in Llandaff doubling as another new care home. Elm Tree House, taking inspiration from the real building. After production ended, the former school was demolished to make way for a small housing development. The name of the building was retained for Tracy Beaker Returns, and the first series of The Dumping Ground, regardless of being filmed in Newcastle and not Cardiff. So, that's what it says on the website. So that's just the way it is. And I'm not sure if there's from the UK around EastEnders. Well, so okay, here we go. So whoever had watched EastEnders long before I did, you probably might remember Susan Tilley, who used to play, well, who was the first actress to play Michelle Fowler from EastEnders. Well, it's kind of a bit of a shock. She's the director for the show. Did I got your face, guys? Probably I did. So yeah. So and I know there's funny US or USA or whatever which country you're from probably might confused by all this, but and I'm sorry if you're confused, but that's just how I can possibly explain on the website. But if you wanted to read it yourself, go on the Wikipedia of the story of Tracy Beaker thingy, the TV series. Okay, so let's just see. So the pilot episode aired on the 8th January 2002, and the very last season's series 5 finale aired on the 9th December 2005. Yeah, well, the show spanned a total of 5 series with 120 episodes in total. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, so now you all know that what I said about behind the scenes and that. So yeah, hang on a minute. Okay. Oh, okay. So all those characters that, let's just say there's so many of them. This Mike. Let's just say he's like a father figure to almost to the children, and that same thing for Duke. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and it's Cam. She's well. Let's just say when she first made her debut, as in her first appearance, like or first episode, whatever you guys prefer it. Let's just say she was an inspiring author, and let's just say Tracy tries to get her attention, something like that, and yeah, something like that, and then something to do with about that Tracy wants to be a writer one day because that's what she wants when she's older. So she's luckily at the very end of the season 1, Cam eventually agrees to foster her. So we just kind of cute to know that. Yeah, tell me about it. And yes, of course, Tracy Beaker has her real mom. And I don't really like Tracy's real mom, of course, to be honest, because, well, she is okay to be fair, but sometimes she did something really terrible. She left Tracy when she was only a little baby at her own home. And her, well, that's how Tracy got dumped for a reason. And that's why she ended up into a care home for a reason as well. So you can't possibly blame Tracy for feeling angry, something like that, because she was, well, I remember this moment in this Tracy Beaker, the movie thing that I mentioned before. I remember this very scene where Tracy finally gets to meet her mum again. She was surprised at first, and then she was like angry, and she was like questioning her mom, like why did she leave her in the later scenes and that. So yeah, something like that. But let's just say you can't possibly blame her mom either about that she felt bad for it, although she could have, well, she should have known better for it if she just kind of come home from that very day that when she left Tracy all alone when she was a lonely little baby. So yeah, poor Tracy. I hate this Elaine, but let's just say before you could possibly gonna judge guys, because all those characters seem to call Elaine by calling her Elaine the Pain. That's only because she always going on about choosing which parents or whoever can foster the children so they can move on to have a new life and that. And I can't understand why everyone doesn't like Elaine much. I mean, she's not always that bad. I mean, why can't these characters just give Elaine a break? I know Elaine can be a little annoying sometimes, but she is good. But yeah, although sadly, I remember someone who used to upload the episodes on YouTube, but sadly, well, I believe that they're gonna lose the channel forever, but I feel sorry for them. You've probably seen me post about it sometimes before, so yeah. Okay, so I'd rather not go too far about it because it's not really my business. So yeah. And yes, okay, and there's Jenny. Let's just say she was a head care worker from series 1 to series 2. Okay, she can be a bit strict, but she is lovely. She's caring, she's nice, she's loyal to all the children, including the other staff. And here comes Justin Littlewood. Ugh, give me a break. I mean, seriously, Justin is way annoying. I mean, well, I don't mind her from time to time. Depends on whatever the moment is or whatever. Let's just say that Justin is sort of like a rival to Tracy, while Tracy is sort of a rival to her. I mean, they both bully each other like a lot. I mean, why can't these two just give themselves a break? Like, really? They acting like Lilo and Myrtle from Lilo and Stitch. I mean, seriously? They don't call each other like what Myrtle did to Lilo or whatever. But let's just say, they have a few difference about Tracy and Justine. They always tell each other to. But that's just their behavior toward each other. They do like each other at times, but most of the time, they always just end up on, fight, like all the time. Oh boy, give me a break. Okay, skip over. Okay, this Louise. Let's just say she was best friends with Tracy before Tracy was fostered by a couple named Ted and Julie. However, Tracy never contacted Louise while she was away. So when Justine arrived at the dumping ground, let's just say Louise became her new best friend. However, when Tracy returned, she became jealous of Louise and Justine, resulting in arguments and Tracy breaking Justine's clock in the first episode. Okay. So let's just not mention about that anymore, because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Okay, and there's another character named Adele. She's the oldest of the kids from the season 1 to season 2. Yeah. Including the children in need, sort of special. Yeah. Okay, and there's another character named Ben. He's sort of like a best friend to Tracy from season 1 until season 2. He hasn't been seen since then, so I know, sadly. And there's Peter that I mentioned before, and there's Ryan and Zach, the brothers, and there's Maxie, and there's so until the next season 2, there's Bouncer and Lo. They are both brothers in the show, but not in real life, of course, no. And there's Dolly, and there's Amber, yeah, okay. And there's another staff member, and his name is called Nathan. Well, let's just say he is described as lazy and an idiot by Tracy, but is also described as fun and is more often like an older brother, especially to Dolly. Something like that, yeah, whatever. Okay, so until season 3, there's more characters named Crash, and there's Michael, Marco, Haley, Layla, and Jackie. Yeah, okay. And then there's another staff character called Shelly. Yeah, she's a new head of the care home. Okay, until season 4, there's another head worker named Sid. And you guys were not gonna believe me. They have villain characters in it. They're not really much of a villain or anything. They're just like sort of like bullies of the show, and they're called
Roxy, Chantal, Rio, Willard.
And there's Wolfie. He's not really liking about being locked in actually, because he has this sort of like suffers from this thing called claustrophobia. It's sort of like it's the fear of confined spaces. Okay, and there's Rebecca. she's actually sort of like a rival character to Justine in season 5. I don't really like Rebecca much. She's just so mean, and she doesn't get on with many people, especially to Justine anyway. And that's only because she's quite a troublemaker herself, and just likes to stir things up, especially trying to ruin Justine's reputation. Oh boy, not good. And there's Millie. Well, let's just say Millie doesn't speak much because she's usually quiet during the season 5, and since her first episode, Tears the Crowd. Yeah, okay. Let's just say in her last episode of season 5, she actually did spoke for the first time that we never expected. Actually, reminded me, that wasn't her first time doing it though, although that's just in the reality version though, because I remember this one episode in Tracy's dream after she got herself knocked down by hitting by some wall, I think. In Tracy's dream, Millie did spoke, so but different personality, if you get what I mean. So yeah, but in reality version of the season 5, she doesn't speak much until that episode that I mentioned before, to a crowd. Yeah. And there's Alice. Yeah. So these are the characters of the thing. And there are some few background characters, but I just prefer not to mention it anyway because it will probably take forever to finish my video. So yeah, okay. So I just remember watching all those episodes of the original series of Tracy Beaker, although I also seem to be watching the Tracy Beaker Returns. Oof. Okay, Tracy Beaker Returns. So that's sort of like it's a sort of the sequel series to the story of Tracy Beaker, where Danny Harvey reprising her role as Tracy Beaker again until like the show kind of ended in 2012, something like that. And after Tracy Beaker Returns, they have a spin-off show after that called The Dumping Ground. So you probably might remember me mentioning that earlier on before. So yeah. So okay, so the thing is, behind the scenes for Tracy Beaker Returns, the first series was produced in summer in 2009, and then once the episode was released, it was released sometimes in 2010. So I did kind of find it confusing, like, how can they film it in 2009 and then release it the next year? I mean, okay, fair enough. So yeah, well you can't really change it, so it's not like we can control it, so yeah. And I wanted to talk about some characters from that show, like Carmen, T, Lily, Liam, Frank, Gus, Harry, Sapphire, Toby, and there's Johnny, yeah. And there's some other more characters in the latest seasons, like Rick, Tyler, Electra, Jody. And just before I could possibly go, I might have finished this for now because I might make a part 2 because this video might take longer than I thought. So it's for the best anyway, guys. But maybe I should mention the what shall I say? Oh yeah. So sadly, I'm not sure if anyone else from the UK may able to remember Gina from Tracy Beaker Returns. Well, let's just say the actress who plays her sadly passed away not too long ago. And I kind of miss her sometimes because she was a lovely woman. She was funny, she was clever, she was really smart, and she was very pretty and beautiful. And she's more like a mother figure to those children from the Tracy Beaker Returns and season 1 from the Dumping Ground. So yeah, I know. I'm not the only one who feels sad about it. And I was really shocked when I first found out. I mean, I know. I know how you guys can feel that, yeah. But don't worry, I'm not that sad. It's just, well, maybe a little bit, although we have to show some respect sometimes when some, some celebrity passed away or something that we all know and cared about, something like that. So yeah, whew, boy, okay, well, that's the whole point anyway. And if you guys from the UK ever want to watch Tracy Beaker again, they are on iPlayer. Although there are some few scenes has been cut out for whatever reason, but I can't really tell because I couldn't find any explanation on the internet also, so I'm sorry for disappointing you guys. If you tried to find some of the scenes that you can able to remember from the past back in the early 2000s or something, yeah, I'm sorry. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this part 1 video. I might as well make a part 2 at some point talking about the games or something that I used to play. And I especially like to talk about the episodes. Yeah, you might like to hear me talk about it at some point. And of course I do have oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I think you probably have seen a video about my games that I used to play, although I still have somewhere. I think I don't know, but I did remember playing this Tracy Beaker PC game. Although it was my sister who plays that a lot when she was a kid. Although I have played it sometimes before when I was a baby. Well, not really a baby. I mean, let's just say a little girl. So anyway, I hope you guys can, well, I just hope I'm making sense for you guys here because I'm not always making sense sometimes because of my, my strugglation of explaining things. So anyway, I'll leave you guys to it. And if you are free to ask me anything about Tracy Beaker, be free to do so. And if you are new to my channel, be free to subscribe and give it a like and press the notification bell to receive my videos every day. And I'll see you guys in the part 2. And I hope you guys have a great summer holiday this year, 2023. Yeah. Bye everyone.